Well, Tom, Senator Rand Paul said today that he thinks people will ultimately come to their senses in terms of supporting fellow candidate Donald Trump and ask whether they want a reality TV star running the country. Republican presidential candidate Senator Rand Paul started talking about issues like the trade imbalance, jobs, and how he thinks the president has been given too much power. But there were also questions about fellow candidate Donald Trump, and in particular a recent Twitter message where Trump referred to Paul as a spoiled brat.
If we're talking about who's a spoiled brat or not, my kids all work minimum wage jobs. Do you think any of the Trump kids have been working at the local Pizza Hut? So I live a pretty ordinary life, and I'm not begrudging him his wealth, but there's nothing about me or my family that's spoiled.
Paul made these comments Tuesday at Riley's gun shop in Hooksett, where he spoke about personal freedoms that he says includes the right to bear arms.
I think the Second Amendment is an important part of the Bill of Rights, and one of the things that I often say is that to protect the Second Amendment, you got to protect the rest of the Bill of Rights also.
Paul started his campaign trip through New Hampshire at St. Anselm College, where he headlined their Politics and Eggs event. The fiscal conservative talked national security and term limits to about 200 people. In the afternoon, he was shaking hands at the Corner View restaurant in Concord.
I'm very impressed. I like his conservative stand. I like his care for Israel, and we're just here to find out a little bit more about him.
I don't know. I'd like to hear where he stands on a couple of things and get to know him a little bit better.
Senator Paul will be in the state through Thursday with stops from Keene to the Seacoast. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Andy Hirschberger, WMUR News 9.